And welcome race fans to another episode here on CRN with the Smoky Mountain Motorsports Truck Series. Tonight we'll be tackling the Stafford Motor Speedway. It's a half-mile track, really flat. It's 69 degrees out, but the track temp's 103. iRacing has done some overhaul with the truck, so it should be an interesting one here tonight with the new handling. But I don't know how much that will take an effect since this is such a short track. And before we get started, I need to bring in my co-host, my partner in crime here, Derek Sherman. How you doing tonight, Derek?
Well, lovely there, Jimmy. Just enjoying the Florida heat. Wish I was in Stafford, Connecticut right now to enjoy a little bit of this cool weather that they're having. Not much different considering that the track temp is 97 degrees. But, it's going to be a great race tonight with everyone out there tonight roughly running at similar lap times, except for a few that are a little bit off pace. But, we got 150 laps for them to get it all straightened out. As you just seen, we are going to qualifying.
Sorry, coughing. Drivers out here are going to have to tackle this short track with these powerful trucks, and it's really going to be a test of patience for a big part. We have a lower car count tonight. We have a few drivers out. Sure, for personal reasons or whatnot, but we still have 8 drivers out here who are still fighting for that championship, and right now we are in qualifying. We get 5 minutes to put some lap times in, and that will take them to their 20-lap heat race here at Stafford. And I think with the drivers that are on the track, we should see some great green flag racing. We talked about the times and how close they were, and that's going to play a big role. And with the track temperature being, over that 100-degree mark, they still going to need to take care of them tires and not get them all hot and bothered and greasy and sliding all over the place. And Derek, this track here, it's just, it's definitely not my cup of tea, as being that it is a half a mile and it is pretty flat. And with these trucks as fast as they are, it's going to be a challenge here. But right now, Daniel Sweat is on top right now with a 19.780.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Jimmy. Let's just be real here. We've been racing together for at least 3 years now, and if I know anything, you hate short tracks, which this track. But the main thing is you love flat road courses.
I do love flat road courses. I don't get it.
So, if anything, this should be more of your cup of tea than anything. Because it is relatively flat compared to most of the other tracks that we go to.
I guess you can refer to me kind of like a Ricky Bobby, though, especially with all this power, especially in these vehicles, these trucks. I want to go fast, and these corners, you can't do that. You have to go in. You're only on the throttle, pretty much just for that short amount of time down the straights, and then you got to get in the brakes and let that car coast until you get that front end to come around, and then easily get on the gas so you can max out your speed going down the straights again. So it's going to be an interesting one. Still about 2.5 minutes remaining. 7 of the 8 drivers do have times in. Looks like Christopher Smith electing maybe not to get a qualifying time in. But we do have 2.5 minutes remaining. Daniel Sweat's on top over Anthony Rennick, Larry Hensley Jr., Chris Cash, James Honeycutt, Rob Hattenback, Tom Freitas, and Christopher Smith. So 8 drivers out here to do some heavy battling. And this is gonna, Derek, with the shorter car count, I know we're used to or like to see larger car counts, but be on a short track. I don't know if you got a local track over there where you live or if you've been there lately, but I know when I'm over there at Five Flags, there's really only about maybe 10 to 15 cars out there on the main event. So, and then some of these special cars that they get out there, the Thunderbird series or Monte Carlo series or whatever the heck they got going on out there. Some other cars that I don't even remember the names of, but they just, there's, like I said, there's about 8 to 10 cars out there, and they do great racing. So looking forward to seeing that here with these trucks. So we're going to put on a good show, and we're going to get all the coverage here. We're going to start everything out here with this 20 lap heat race here. Let me go ahead and pull up the timing tower here. As it will kind of go through everybody as well, take down the tower.
Yeah, Jimmy, I mean, here we don't have an asphalt track. I wouldn't say very close, but we do have a short track, dirt short track. And I will say, you know, most classes have anywhere from 5 to 8 cars, sometimes 10 depending on the class and how popular it is. And then you got, you know, guys that travel the country that up and down the East Coast that come out and run. But for the most part, there's not huge crowds. It's for the certain classes, but it is a lot of fun to watch though, because they still wreck. It's either you have really fast guys or you got really slow guys. The competition is sometimes a little uneven, but not here tonight. We're going to have great competition with Anthony Rednick and Daniel Sweat on the pole, and on the front row, Larry Hensley Jr. and Rob Hatton back in that second row, and they're off. Oh, and they're side by side going. You know, that's the one thing I was going to talk about, Jimmy. You know, considering that it is a flat track, is the top lane going to be better than the bottom lane? As you can see, Rob Hattenback gets into the outside wall. And Daniel Sweat's going to get that lead from Anthony Rednick and Larry Hensley Jr. behind him. And then James Honeycutt trying to battle Rob Hattenback for that P4 spot. You know, it's going to be interesting how everyone is going to attack tonight's race there, Jimmy, considering that we don't have a huge car count. What is the strategy is going to be? Because you can be a little bit more, reckless, I guess, or risky in your tire changes. You know, take 2 tires on the first stage, take 4 tires on the second stage. But I like good 4 gummy bears each time there, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're just going to see people either whether they like the track or don't like the track. And right now, you know, we they got a couple laps in so far. We got 17 laps to go here in the first heat. Daniel Sweat enjoying the nice clean air out front, followed by Anthony Rednick and then Larry Hensley Jr. But right behind Larry Hensley Jr. got James Honeycutt and Rob Hattenback battling the tail there just a little bit. So looking pretty good so far. A little bit of battling in the back as well with Christopher Cash and Christopher Cash and Tom Frias. I don't see Christopher Smith on the track right at the moment, so maybe he's just going to start from the back.
He had to make a trip. He probably had to make a trip to the Porter John there, Jimmy.
You never know, and you know, basically this here is just a free 20 laps. You know, you get some practice with that car. But we did see Chris Smith out there for practice, and he was one of the faster cars on the track. So he's going to have some work to cut out for him tonight. But with the smaller field, shouldn't have had too many issues making his way up through the field. But hopefully, whoever is out front, he's able to catch up to and doesn't get held up too much. But yeah, great battle in here, side by side, by Tom and Chris battling out there for P6 and 7. Go back up front here. Yeah, Daniel Sweat still out with a decent lead, and then the 21er Anthony Rednick followed closely by Larry Hensley Jr. That I'm sure is seeing where that 21 might make a mistake and take that advantage to move him into P2, but maybe wanted to start in P3 so he could start on the bottom side.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe trying to feel out Anthony Rednick to see if he can get him to make a mistake. As you can see, he's on the back bumper, and ever so slightly. I don't know if Anthony Rednick's just trying to take it easy for the last couple laps, and before he makes a real push, try to get it closer to Daniel Sweat, but Daniel Sweat has at least 3/4 of a second lead on him. So, I mean, third ain't bad. I mean, that's a pretty respectable starting spot there, Jimmy. Is if he gets a good restart on the a good start, then he'll be able to pass that 21 car easily. So.
Yeah, you just gotta, just take his time now. Right now, they're gonna have 9 laps remaining here at Stafford. The lap time's right around 20 seconds, so even though it's a half a mile track, it does take a little bit of time to get around here because of how much they actually need to be off that gas. They have to float the car around the corners, and if they drive too much or drive it too hard, they're gonna drift out too far. And they just have to continue to lose time and speed as they wait for that front end of that car to come around. And there might be some brake bias adjustments. I'm talking with Christopher Cash right before the race. We're going to go ahead and do our stage brakes in third. So we should see one flowing at 50 and the next one at 100. So they'll do 50 lap kind of increments here. So they're going to have to go 30 more laps than they are on here for this heat race. But Daniel Sweat now a nice comfortable lead, currently out 1.5 seconds over to Anthony Reddick and Larry Hensley Jr. For your top 3, and then back will be James Honeycutt, Rob Hattenback, Christopher Cash, Tom Fritas, and Christopher Smith sitting out this heat race, but we should see him for the main event. And I think, Eric, I don't know if you have the points handy.
Certainly do. I mean, they're a little skewed, and it's going to change a lot after the last couple weeks there, Jimmy, because there's some guys in and out of the race that weren't here last week. So,
a few drivers. I think right now, Christopher Smith is up on top.
I will let you know here in a second.
I think it's Chris Smith, Rob Hattenback, Christopher. No.
Yes, it's Christopher Smith, Brandon Ellis, Rob Hattenback, Daniel Sweat, Todd Lamphere, rounding out your top 5. And then you have James Honeycutt, Pete number 6, Pete number 7, Justin Coleman, Christopher Cash, Larry Hensley Jr. up to 2 spots in the 9th, and Brandon Kelly in Pete number 10. Down 3 spots is Brandon Cooper. Anthony Reddick is in 12th. Charles Miller in 13th. 14th, Dale Ogburn. Austin Cooper is in 15th. And a whole bunch of other people that don't race anymore with us there after that there, Jimmy.
Yeah, a few drivers maybe electing this isn't their cup of tea and just kind of parking their vehicle on the hauler and can't make the rest of the season. But the final lap is in. Oh, Anthony Reddick is going to go around. Going to put that, lose a few spots there for the 21, but your winner here for this event will be Daniel Sweat.
I will say that was quite a Brown racing moment for Larry Hensley Jr. Thank God we got a warm-up, because he's going to have to go and change that Sparko racing depends in between the race and the heat race and the race there, Jimmy. He has 3 minutes to do it. I think he can do it.
And there is the results for heat number 1. Daniel Sweat on top over Larry Hensley Jr. And then James Honeycutt will be P number 3. Rob Hattenback comes in 4th. Anthony Reddick will slide back to P number 5. And then it will be Christopher Cash, Tom Fritas, and then Christopher Smith for your 8-truck field here tonight for 150 laps. Just shout out there, Barry. Thanks for joining, buddy. As a little short on the car count tonight, but we're still going to have some great racing as they put 20 clean laps in. So the first green flag heat race of the season comes tonight. Getting to that point, I believe, Derek, try to see what race we're actually on. Trying to go to the schedule here real quick. We are on Stafford, so we're on our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th race of the season. Next week will be Twin Rings for the All-Star race, 200 laps. And then you have Hickory, and then IRP, Southern National, North Wilkesboro, and New Hampshire to finish up the regular season, and then we'll roll off to the playoffs the first week of July, or second week of July, second week of July, on the 7th. Will be Bristol, and then Dover, Martinsville, Iowa, and then Phoenix finish out the racing here with Smoky Mountain for the season. So right now we're on our small warm-up here that they like to do, and we'll be going getting ready to go green shortly therefore after. So we have 1 minute remaining. I'm going to take a quick second while they finish up, and I'll be right back. Derek, you can talk and do whatever you need to do.
What do you mean, you muted us? Hey, it is a white Christmas.
Yeah, I'm back. Perfect timing as the warm-up session is now over, and we are ready to compete now. We take on 150 laps here at Stafford. Hey, Kelly.
Boy.
Yeah, they focus mainly on short track racing. So if you would like to come over here, you have the time. They start at
9:10 Eastern. 9
yes,
o'clock.
that's the race. Yeah, 8 o'clock is when they start the race. But the session will actually open up at, I think it's 8 Eastern.
8:30 Eastern. 8:30 Eastern.
8:30 Eastern? I don't know.
Yes, sir. 7:30 your Central Time, I believe it is.
Yeah, I get confused because I'm in that Central Time zone.
Well, I mean, it's not hard to confuse you, buddy.
Superior time zone for gaming.
I wouldn't deny that one. But Eastern is what everything's based off anyway, so you know.
Yeah, it's true. I lived in Virginia for many, many years and on the East Coast, and I can definitely say that being in the Central Time zone, that one extra hour does make for better online gaming when you're trying to, participate in events like this. Well, you have yourself a great night at work. Hopefully you don't have to work too hard. I'm not going to try to work too hard. We're going to try to put on a great show here as we get this thing underway here. And lay back the camera for the start because it could get crazy.
Why are we on live? No, I think you're live.
It resets.
Okay. Well, we are off, and Barney is waving that green flag to start this 150 laps as Daniel Sweat's going to get out to that lead, and James Honeycutt is going to battle with Larry Hensley Jr. for that P2 spot. They hitting the wall. They keep on going. Everyone just looks like, as they get a little aggravation between Anthony Rennick and James Honeycutt is going on here. As you can see, everyone starting to single file except for that 00 of Thomas Freitas and Rob Hattenbach. So, as Christopher Cash. Oh, Rob Hadenback got loose. Loose as a goose.
Yeah, a little loose there in the back. Christopher Cash regained that 69 back up, able to get a little bit of damage with on that right front, but it might do him well there. Kind of maybe slowed him down just a little bit, but now he's going to fight with that 0-0 here in the back as they fight for that seventh position. It does look like Christopher Smith was not able to get that truck started. Yes, he is on the in the field, but he will not be. He is not on the track. So it's right now. It's all Daniel Sweat, followed by Larry Hamlin Jr. in at number 33. James Honeycutt with his hands full as we've seen Anthony Rennick out there for the 20-lap heat race. Was in a good position to take P number 2, but ended up going around and finishing towards the back. But he's got some pressure there by the number 99 of Rob Hadenback.
That just shows you how much your look can change in just a matter of a few minutes there, Jimmy. He was running in P number 2, not really getting pressured too hard by Larry, and now he's stuck in the back, and now he's going to get pressured by everyone else. And, sometimes just having that 20 extra lap battling around the guys beside you, it does make a difference. As you can see, Rob Hadenback got around him as Anthony Rennick's trying to battle on the low side. Rob Hadenback's going to make that outside work, and he's going to get that nice long drive down the backstretch, going down to turn 3 and 4. He gets that spot, and he's going to get a nice little two-car like the lead over Anthony Rennick going into turn number 1 and 2. James Honeycutt.
Yeah, so straight the field, Kelly, for the trucks here right now as of tonight. High is 3,500 by the leader right now, and then below is at 1,200, and that's by Christopher Cash, but he does nothing but Fisher pretty much league racing now. So, not able to make that I-rating adjustment, but yeah, probably average right around 2,200-ish. Probably some of these drivers might be a little bit higher than should be a little bit higher than what they actually are. You know how it goes with this official stuff. Yeah, and it is right. The West Coasters, I agree with you. You don't have any time to get home and get things done and ready to go. Central Time seems to be okay, and I think Mountain Time is okay too. That PST, man, if you got friends, from overseas or something, that might be a little better, but definitely.
In California. It was also kind of nice because every day I knew my parents would be home and I can give them a call and they would be about to go to bed. So, no, they couldn't dodge me. Dodge my phone calls.
And when I call my parents, I need to make sure that I set aside a good chunk of time, as I have to gift the gab at times, and so do they. So, sometimes our phone calls will go for a long time. So the new technology of texting is always a good way to kind of just briefly say what's going on. But right now what's going on is Daniel Sweat is leading this thing over Larry Hamlin Jr. by 1 second. And then James Honeycutt with his hands full of Rob Hadenback for P number 3. He is 2 seconds back there from them. So, and then Anthony Rennick, who was running second, finds himself back at 2.5 seconds back from 4th place, but has his hands full with that number 69, Christopher Cash. Christopher Cash going down to the inside to make the pass through turns 3 and 4.
I mean, given how he was running in the heat race, I have no doubts that there's some damage to that truck that we just can't see there, Jimmy, because he's just falling like a Chevy, like a rock, as their slogan goes. I mean, no offense, there has to be something wrong with that, because he was keeping up with our leader, Daniel Sweat, just as much as Larry Hensley Jr. was, but I mean, I don't know. They were a good distance from the leader, so probably a good 7, 8, 6. Oh, Christopher Cash is in the wall.
Yeah, 69 blinking out there and coming back in the wall. Not something I'm sure he wanted to see. I don't know quite what happened there, but for the 69, but it looks like he's got some major damage now. I think we got a new super late model street stock car or something on the track, but he's going to pull it down to the inside, bring that 69 down to the pits, and yeah, maybe not looking good for the 69 here right at the moment, but plenty of time remaining as we're on lap 19 of 150 at 07, rolling around here at a pretty good pace, but it looks like the 33 of Larry Hamsey Jr. is starting to reel him in.
On that last lap, he was 0.07 seconds faster than the leader. So as long as he can drive and hits his marks, I don't think he's going to burn up his tires. That's kind of what is going on. But Christopher Cash's internet is not really liking him right now, as he is blinking tremendously a lot right now. I went back and watched the replay, and he definitely blinked out, and he had nowhere to go there, Jimmy. But as you can see, Larry Hensley Jr. was a whole tenth quicker than the leader last lap. So we might have something Larry might have something to say about this lead here, Jimmy. As you can see, he's consistently running a little bit faster than the leader. So he's got that lead down to under a second. Just about 0.8 of a second, so
a little bit of time management going on here by the number 33, and I think that's what's kind of playing off, just kind of being a little more consistent, able to close in ever so slightly, lap by lap, just kind of take your time. Got almost halfway to the first stage break of lap 50, and then he could find himself being a stage break winner. Take that caution, get in there, get some fresh fuel and tires for the next stage, but Larry doing a fantastic job right now of maintaining pace and tracking down the 07 of Daniel Switz.
We got a wreck. Thomas Freitas and Christopher Cash is
getting out the yellow this time.
I mean,
see what happened here.
This is definitely going to be a it looks. I'm just gonna say.
Engine blown on that 69 on that one too. As he
just got
to tell it.
Yeah, I mean, he hit the wall and had to use his fast repair. So now he has looking like he overdrove the corner there, Jimmy, and just unfortunately for Tom, he was there and hooked him. So.
Not a very hard thing to do here at Stafford, that's for sure. Like I said, I got out there just for a little bit. I was running 20-second laps, but I couldn't break it down in the 19s. But like, we joke around. I don't like short tracks. I'm serious. I don't like short tracks. And I think it is a big patience thing. It's not so much being a flat track. It just if you overdrive the corner, you get seriously punished. Because you have to slow your car down even more than what you should have in the first place to get that nose to come around and not put it in the wall. And if you're really cranking on that wheel, you really heat up your tires. And I just struggle with that part of short track racing. So not that I don't like oval racing, just short tracks just don't suit my driving style.
I'm going to see if Christopher Cash is available there, Jimmy. So I'm going to pull him down into the booth. Maybe we get a few words from our
man, the myth, the legend.
Yes, sir. Christopher Cash, Derek, and Jimmy in the booth. You got us.
Yep.
Oh, well, we can see that you've been having some issues there, buddy. I'm sorry to see that, but tell us about what was going on, what happened, how you feeling. Do you play?
I'm a little heated right now. You got Honeycutt, who always drives over his head week in, week out, causing stuff in front of me that caused damage, and it's just been one thing after another. So
it's short track racing, and you can hear from Christopher, the man, the myth, the legend, that the tempers are flaring on the track tonight. Even though we have a small field tonight, tempers still can flare. So But we seen you blink out there for a second, and then you got into the wall. So
yeah, that too. My screen just blacked out for some odd reason. I don't know why it just did. So
one too many drinks before the race. That I think your computer had. So sorry, I'm trying to make it funny.
no, you're good. You're good. I'm just trying not to blow a gasket here. Telling you guys by no means, but
Don't blow later.
Yeah, being a league owner, I've gotta stay cool. So
gotta keep your big ploy pants on. I get it.
yeah.
Well, we hope you can get back out there in a timely manner and still run some laps. But I'll put you back in your chat there, sir, so you can cool down. And if you want to come back in, you're more than welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. You have a good one. And
You too.
We'll talk to you a little bit later.
Yeah, you can hear that from Christopher Couch. Obviously, a busy individual as he runs this league and helps out with a few others. And even with the low the car count, if it's short track racing and people are really trying to win or do their best, and sometimes maybe the decisions aren't the best that go both ways for each individual. But right now it is Daniel Sweat out front over Larry Henry Jr. They're starting to pull away from Rob Hatton back just ever so slightly, and Anthony Rennick is up there to P number 4 as he is trying to work his way back up to the front and hopefully get himself a podium finish here tonight. Tom out there in a 0-0. Got kind of wrapped up with Chris just a little bit, and ended up going around. But tough break there for the 69. We sure will see the Iron Maiden machine back out on the track after repairs are done here tonight and whatnot. But we're going to continue to cover the race here, Derek. And right now it's green flag running here, lap 35 of 150.
Yeah, Jimmy. I mean, we're about 15 laps from that stage break there, and at that caution you can see a couple of drivers came in, and I wonder if they took some tires. I know tires are always a premium, but I know you can't take them home, so it's better to use them than lose them. That's what I say, but I think they've got let me see if I got this right, 3 sets of tires, the set on the truck plus three more. So, I mean, 2 stage breaks and a 1. So,
I mean, those drivers that took tires, or maybe they got a good read off of was going to be during that green flag heat race that we had right before the race, basically setting the field for tonight. But Anthony Rennick, Tom Fridas, and James Honeycutt they took a pit stop and they took tires, I'm sure. So we can see those 3 trucks maybe flip-flop with the top 3 of Daniel Sweat, Larry Hunter Jr., and Rob Hatton back as they stayed out. But they're pulling away. So they definitely still have pace on the maybe older tires and making it work here. It's not, I don't think there's much to be lost here tonight. So I don't think like huge undercuts. Tires I know can be a big factor, but I think with only being 20 laps, they're going out 40. But they're only out there for 27 laps and then had time for them to cool down. So they might actually feel better to the drivers.
Yeah, it all depends, but I don't think they're over driving them. As you can see, the leader and Larry are making 2 different lines. I'm not saying one's probably better for the other's driving style. As you can see, in that corner, they ran the same lines, and I think that's just the product of the preference. As you can see, Larry gets out a little bit higher, and Daniel Sweat ran a little bit higher that time out of 3 and 4. He was running the bottom and around the track, as you can see, he was there. But Larry's doing an awesome job of maintaining speed and ever so slightly inch by inch, and I think it would be beneficial for him to get, if he gets the lead, that he might be able to get that lead off the walkway with the lead there. But as you can see, the battle is pretty close with it under just a half a second. Obviously, you can't get much more as they put a huge lead on Rob Hattenback. He's 3.1 seconds behind. As looks like Thomas Freitas had a little bit of an issue as he is just 2 seconds in front of the leaders, and he's going to probably run his butt off to try to stay in front of them for this last 5 or 6 laps here, Jimmy.
Yeah, if I'm Tom, I'm trying to stay in front of the leader here with 5 laps to go. Stage break will come out and be able to save that 0-0. I'm going a lap down, and that's the last thing that he wants to do right now. I mean, he'd be the lucky dog though. So I don't know how much he really needs to fight to stay there too much. Maybe just to stay out of the way of those 2 drivers that are actually battling for P1 right now. Like I said, it is Daniel Sweat out front. Got Larry Hansen Jr. right there. You can see him closing in on that back bumper. Up that 07 of Daniel Sweat, trying to maybe grab a stage break win here early on for this race here at Stafford. So just trying to find his way. It's a very tricky track, and trying to get this truck to stick and make its way around here. It's a big consistency thing, making sure you hit your marks, getting on the throttle quickly, but not too quickly, so you don't lose that rear end of these trucks. But I want to also give a shout out to all the sponsors out there: Smky Custom Diecast, and what else is it? There's Nana Cash's Crafts and Cash's Customs. So give them all the sponsors that provide the support for these drivers and this league to be ran here on a Wednesday night, and it's a good one. Definitely has plenty of room for growth, and if you're interested in driving some trucks on some short tracks, you can get in touch with me or Derek here. Send us a message here on the YouTube, or you can get a hold of Christopher Cash and join up. I'm not quite sure if there's an entry fee or anything. I don't think so. Ooh, caution will fly here at lap 50. So stage break number 1 in the books here. There is no incident. This is just the stage break. Daniel Sweat will be your stage 1 winner with Larry Hansen Jr., Rob Hattenback, Anthony Rennick, James Honeycutt, Tom Freitas, Christopher Cash, and then Christopher Smith for P8.
Well, but no big surprise, as you can see, everyone's coming into the pits right now as far as they're on the lead lap. So, yeah, it's going to be, I don't think there should be any surprises. I think, I'm going to throw this out here because he's done it the last 2 weeks on the first stage. I think that 99 is going to take 2 tires and go.
No.
Oh, nope. I mean, he did it last week, though.
Good stuff, though. Comes out in P3, almost enough to sneak by that number 33 as they head back out on the track. Oh, Tom Freitas in the wall! Oh! Right in front of Rob Hattenback. Oh, no. Look at see what happened there, what Tom was doing. Just lose the rear end as the trucks are coming out. Ends up trying to go high to save it. It hits the wall. Has it locked up. Rob Hattenback immediately says, "Oh no, I was just in the pits." Able to slow down that 99 and get around the 0-0. So
I think those Moza pedals got stuck to the floor there, Jimmy, and made them crash into the wall. So
all that speed from Moza and not able to handle it going into the wall. But I think just Tom was just making sure he's getting his lap back and was trying to get himself in a position to maybe be in the lead before the drivers came out, and just got a little bit too antsy on the gas. But tough break there for the 0-0. but that has definitely made things interesting. But we still have 5 trucks on the track right now, and we've seen some good racing between these 5 drivers throughout the other races that we've had here so far. We're on lap 54 of 150. We should be going, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the lights should go off here this time by. Where's the pace car? Yep, lights are off on the pace car. They should be doubling up. Looks like Daniel Sweat will take the inside here for the restart as Daniel Sweat, Larry Hansel Jr., Rob Hattenback, James Honeycutt, and Anthony Rennick will battle it out for the next 95 laps.
We have a stage break, so but it's interesting. Daniel Sweat's going to take the outside or the bottom lane as Rob Hattenback's going to get sent to the inside of the track. I don't know if he had help or he just spun the tires and got sent down to the inside, but a caution is out for
Rob Hattenback.
Well, I don't
see what happened there on this restart.
Oh yeah, he got punted. I mean, the man has horrible luck. He just had Tom Freitas spin out in front of him, somehow stops the truck. I mean, and then gets punted from the right rear on the restart and gets sent into the, like, Rob, you are a cat, man. You just used up 2 of your 9 lives, buddy. I mean, I think he dodged. I think he also dodged one earlier in the race at the start too, when James Honeycutt and Anthony Rennick got into it.
That has been the story of the 99 for a good portion of the season. Just kind of get his way up to the field and have an unfortunate event happen, and believe that 21 will get an EOL for that, if I'm not mistaken. So put him to the back of the field, and I'm sure it was maybe, it could have been a little bit on Rob. Maybe he burped the throttle, maybe he missed a gear, maybe he shifted too early. I mean, there's all kinds of things that can go wrong, but caution here early for stage number 2. We'll go back live now.
Jimmy, I mean, I'm not trying to, but if you're going to get an EOL because you caused a caution, it's not going to be a bad thing considering the amount of cars in the race tonight.
I'm sure. Anthony apologized.
But I mean, if there was ever a time to get an EOL, it'd be now, because it's not that big of a field right now. So, and that's okay. I mean, it happens. Life happens, and people miss races. So, that's But if I had to pick a time, this would be the time to be a menace, be a little aggressive, I guess you could say.
I mean, if anything, if there's drop races, this is one race that these a few jumpers that are in attendance don't have to worry about dropping. They will get themselves a top 5. Especially for the ones that are out there right now. I know we heard the frustration from Christopher Cash after his incident there, and then having to go back in for a second time after using his fast repair. So I think that's that's happened to me before, Derek. You go in and you get your fast repair, you come back in, you go back out, and then you almost immediately something else happens again. So as nice as the fast repair is, sometimes it's a curse too. So, but right now the cars are going back 2 by 2. You got the 07. Daniel Sweat's going to take the bottom side again. Outside will be Larry Hansel Jr. This time, James Honeycutt looking to get a good start behind that 07 to see if he can move that number 76 into P. Number 2, he's got the inside line. Larry Hansel Jr. is going to drive that truck to the outside, kind of diamond it down, hopefully get a better run down on that outside. We'll go ahead and move this back here with Larry. You can see the battle here for position number 2 with that inside, and then newer tires might popularity out there, though, Derek, that 76 can't drive in the corner like he wants to, I'm sure. That's why you see him on the outside be able to kind of hold their own. He is trying. The 76 is definitely trying, but it looks like the outside, especially with newer tires, is able to reign supreme. So now 33, Larry Hamilton Jr. moves back into P number 2. And we'll need to use the rest of these laps remaining to get back up there. You see Rob Hadmax looking to get underneath James Honeycutt. We'll see if the 99 can get the inside of work. We've seen Larry Hamilton Jr. take advantage of that outside line and was able to make the pass on the 76, but it looks like the 99 able to make the inside work. He overshoots the corner just a little bit, and now they're almost 3 wide going down the backstretch.
I mean, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Tough racing in the back here between these 3 drivers, looking to gain that one position here, trying to get on the podium. Who's going to dock to us at the end of the race? We'll find out at the end here, but we still have plenty of racing left to go as the 76, 99, and 21 continue to battle for position 3.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy, that's getting a little racy between these 3, and given the fact that we still have almost half a race left, just shy of a half a race, or just over a half a race left to go. It's kind of interesting to see, but I mean, everything counts, I guess. I don't know. This time to figure out where you can and can't pass and how you can pass. If the bottom lane is going to work out, is the top lane going to work out? But, if I was Daniel Sweat and Larry Hensley Jr., I would be loving to see this in my mirror. Because
definitely loving it, I think, because they're out to over 2.5 second lead over this battle. You see a little bit of lock up there by these drivers in the rear. It looks like Rob Hattenback having to back off just a little bit. He can get down to the inside of the 76. He can't get that 99 to rotate like he wants it to. Another ride down through the front field, locks it up there, and he's going to back it up, get that thing going in the right row. So another bad break there for the 99 as the leaders are coming around. He's going to try to find that pavement to get a little bit of a better exit instead of running through the grass. 99 to get back out on track. Now he has the leaders on his back bumper. As you can see, the 07 of Daniel Sweat looking to put pressure on that 99. Tyler's all heated up and got some work to do now for the number 99 as he had to go for a little ride there. So back up front, and the 99 might play a big factor in the number 33 to catch up there, Derek.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work out there, Jimmy. Someone's bad luck is going to turn into someone else's fortune. As you can see, Larry Hensley Jr. is closing in on the 07 there because the 07's used to that clean air, no one out in front of him, and Rob Hadmax going to fight, has every right to fight to stay on the lead lap, even though, he got put in a bad situation. So, it could be a good thing for Larry Hensley Jr. because he's used to driving in that dirty air. As you can see, James Honeycutt and Anthony Reddick still battling side by side, getting a little loose coming off of turn number 2. And, this is heating up faster than my grandma's biscuits. So,
and now I'm hungry.
I mean, that's not hard. You're always hungry. You're worse than my kids, Jimmy.
I like me some food, but the 99 Rob Hambacker over relinquishes that position, allows the 07 and the 33 to go on by, continue their battle. So that's sportsmanship right there by the 99. He had some misfortune, and you hate to see the 99 have troubles, but to allow the other leaders to continue their race is just something that I probably appreciate more, or just as much as some great racing, and just some as an individual having that sportsmanship. People come back, and if they rewatch this race, see that the 99, gives up that position like that, and the 99 goes to another league, and they're like, oh, you're that guy that was on CRN, and You can see the sportsmanship there by the 99. So just having some bad luck losing the rear end and going for a ride down that front stretch. But right now, up 78 of 150 over the halfway mark. Daniel Sweat out front over Larry Henson Jr. Anthony Rennick still trying to, he was back there battling with James Honeycutt. He is up 2 positions. He had some, a bad break there at the end of the heat race where he had to start in the back of the race, but definitely the 21 has some speed. Just does he have the time? Well, he does have time there because in 20 laps he will have our next stage break, and he will be able to catch up to the rest of the field. So
I was going to say he still has about 70 laps to go in this race, buddy. We just had that past halfway.
They keep it. I mean, they're picking these laps off really quick here. Obviously, the lower the car count, the greater the possibility of less caution.
With all the action there tonight, I mean, it doesn't seem like we have a low car count with all the battling that we have had. So in the back there,
like I said, just because we have a small car count doesn't mean there ain't going to be any good battles on the track. And we've seen it here tonight so far. And some drivers, obviously, in the moment, and an accident happened here and there, but still great racing right now. And the leader is Daniel Sweat with Larry Henson Jr. in P number 2, Anthony Rednick in 3rd. Like I said, this will all kind of come down. I know the 07 is trying to keep his lead over to number 33 and bring this thing down to our 100 lap mark here for being 17 laps.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little. Larry Hensley Jr. wins this race, I got a little bit of a speech to give him, a little ragged nation if he wins the race. But he's obviously doing a good job tonight. I was a little worried for him because when he came into the practice today, it wasn't looking too good, but he laid down a decent qualifying lap, ran pretty good in that heat race, just followed behind Anthony Rennick and Daniel Sweat. Pretty much nothing's really changed other than he's just been running behind Daniel Sweat, holding down that P number 2 spot. So hopefully, as we were talking about him, he is
Stop talking about him, Derek. You know how that thing goes. If somehow the broadcaster Kurt reaches out, grabs the handbrake or something. And
he might have hawked a big old chew out the window and hit the left rear tire and spun him around. So,
maybe so. But the 07 is on a good, constant pace right now and pulling away just a little bit there from Larry. As the gap is now down to up to 1.2 seconds. And then Anthony Rennick is behind by 7 seconds. So a little ways back after Anthony Rennick was battling with the 76, and you can see how much battling side by side and how much slower they makes those trucks. So it's something to think about when it comes to the last third of the race, but 12 laps remaining here at Stafford.
Yeah, there, Jimmy, we got a lot of good racing. I think, for Rob Hadenbach being the first car 1 lap down, Tom and Crash and Christopher Smith are all out of the race right now, but
Party in the pits. Party in the pits.
They're
down there eating ice cream.
They're on farmers only, so they don't be lonely. But it is what it is. They had their issues. They're sitting in the pits, licking their wounds, hoping that the truck gets fixed so they can come back out and wreak some havoc as that number 07 of Daniel Sweat, that Harley Davidson Coleman design truck is leading the race of Daniel Sweat. So Jimmy, the TC Electric, that's what it looks like. Brandon Elvis Racing. And then you got the good country bumpkin skull bandit 33 Larry Hensley Jr. Yeah, buddy. And then the BCR, Bad Company, number 21, Coleman Design, Chevrolet of Anthony Rednick in P number 3. Doing a nice job recovering from the early chaos and, still in P number 3. Got himself a podium finish going so far. So hopefully he can keep it up. And the real tree, James Honeycutt, that number 76. As we were talking, there is a caution.
Larry Hansen Jr., what happened? Let's see what happened. And then that number 33, or is it just kind of showing the paint jobs off for everybody to see what they're doing? But looks like maybe a self spin. Yeah, a little bit too much on the throttle. It's going to send that 33 sideways. Locks it up. Almost to a stop. Right there in front of Rob Hattenback, and that is going to bring out the caution as he was stopped on the track. So that's why iRacing threw the flag. So just a kind of good catch by the 33. Still going to be in that P at number 2, but now the tires are going to be angry, and it looks like Daniel Sweat's going to come in and take some tires. Looks like Larry Hensley Jr. is in as well.
Yeah, I think he just, those tires are going to be angry at him. I believe he just overdrove that truck and got that right rear hot. So, I mean, the track temp has cooled down a lot. So the track is going to have a lot more grip there, Jimmy. But the man that's going to be excited to see this caution is Rob Hattenback, because he is the lucky dog, and he's going to be able to get his lap back. As you can see, James Honeycutt staying out. So
James Honeycutt's going to be your leader.
I think that's just to get the points there.
Very well possible. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Kind of come in, stay out, get that lap led, and then come back in, get your tires, go back to because he was in P number 4 with only 5 drivers out there. It's really not that big of an issue. So good call by the 76. Looking a little bit farther ahead than just what's on the track currently. Kind of looking at them points, trying to make sure he gets in that playoff situation that will be coming up here in not too much longer. I mean, they do only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They only got 6 more races. So 6 more weeks before the playoffs begin.
And every point's going to count for the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see how everything shakes up, especially with everyone that has missed tonight's race. That's going to shake up the standings up. But I do believe this is going to be our stage break caution. So Larry Hensley Jr. will get that EOL. We'll have to start at the longest line, so it doesn't matter what line it is. He's just going to be the furthest back. So it's going to be great for Rob. I mean, he went from 6th to 3rd, or 5th to 3rd. So, I mean, and he was a lap down. So it's going to work out in his benefit right now. So,
Anthony Reddick just decided that wall needed a bump. What is going on? What is going on tonight?
I mean, it's not a full moon that I know of, but unless I
don't know. Does the truck handle better with a little bit of right front damage there?
No.
No. I mean, if there are Mazdas, you could try to take off a mirror, maybe for some aerodynamics. I don't know, but a little bit of damage there. But that's 21. But lap 100, here we go for maybe they count that last one. Oh, immediately stage break.
Well, I stand corrected. That's not the stage break caution. But hopefully, they're going to make it into a quick caution, and
it's stage break lap 100. So staying true. throwing out that stage break here. Be Daniel Sweat, Anthony Rennick, James Honeycutt, Lorenzo Jr., Rob Hatton back for your 5 trucks that are still out of the field. Still some good racing. A lot of things going on. Some small mistakes, but able to keep going green here. It looks like they're gonna slow down. They gotta slow down, let that pace car come by. As the iRacing pace car taking its sweet old time here tonight. There they get back on that loud pedal. Again, if you're out there watching, I appreciate you stopping by here at CRN. And again, shout out to all the sponsors that provide the support for Smoky Mountain Motorsports Racing here with the trucks. And this series is mostly focused on short track racing. A smaller car count or smaller truck count here tonight. So if you're interested in racing, plenty of space to get out here. Still 6 races remaining in the regular season. So, you know, you never know. You might even be eligible for the playoffs that happen in August. So, I guess there's 6 races remaining after tonight. About 7 weeks, because we're going to take a week off there for that holiday week. For that 4th of July week, or 4th of July week. It's been a while since the 4th of July has been in the middle of the week, Derek. I might have to take, I think it's on a Thursday. I might have to take Friday off and make it a really long weekend. As a matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. So, boss, if you're out there watching, I doubt it, but I will be taking the 5th off.
I mean, you know, that's okay. You got the time. You got the days. But you know who's not taking off? Barty's taking that green flag and waving it, and we are back green. Daniel Sweat's going to lead us down into turn number 1. James Honeycutt and is going to let Anthony Rennick down, and we're back to where we pretty much started as Daniel Sweats and Anthony Rennick is going to battle it out for that P number 1 spot, and James Honeycutt, Rob Heidenbach, and Larry Enza Jr. are close in tow as Daniel Sweat got a little loose coming out of that turn number 4. I'm not used to probably having someone on his rear end, but, you know, like that. So it's going to be fun to watch the next 44 laps or so, 43 laps, to see how this all goes. There, Jimmy. You know, it's a lot of fun to watch it. You know, that's the spectator view. I like that view. It covers a lot of ground. It gives you a wide view. Like, so, I mean, you know, so James Honeycutt gets a little tight off the corner and is going to check up Rob Haddenback and Larry Hensley Jr. as Rob Haddenback and James Honeycutt battling for that P number 3 spot. Larry Hensley Jr. is just biding his time and trying to figure out how to get around those two on when he wants to make his move. But Anthony Rennick is following back a little bit from our leader Daniel Sweat down to a half a second as Rob Haddenback and James Honeycutt are battling for that P number 3. They're side by side going to turn number 4. James Honeycutt on the outside, Larry Hensley Jr. on the out. Oh, they spin. He's going to go. Keep on going. He's going to go. No harm, no foul. Those tires are going to be really angry at him, but you know, I guarantee you that Honky Tonk is going to have a little bit of hot head right now, just like his tires. And just, you know, side by side, he's down on that apron. Oh, just below that white line, he gets back on the gas. Getting pinched by the 76, gets a little loose, touches him, locks down the brakes, slides up the track. No one behind him, so he doesn't have to worry about getting hit. The green flag is still out. He lets it roll, keeps on going. He just lost a considerable amount of time to the leaders. So,
yeah, now the 33 just needs to, you know, hope for a caution to catch back up, and hopefully he's not the brunt end of that yellow flag. But tough break there for the 33 as he's going for that move, like you said. Just kind of got on that apron, and the car would not turn, and with the 76 just there on the outside, not giving any room. And I don't blame James Honeycutt at all, but just kind of holding him down there so he had to get that horrible exit, and basically essentially to the point where he lost control of the car. But out front right now, in control of this race here tonight on lap 114 of 150 is Daniel Sweat. Right now with a 1.2 second lead over Anthony Rennick. Has made his way back up into P number 2, right where he started during the heat race. Rob Hattenback, after the troubles and all the avoidance and the Good Samaritan letting the leaders go by, has found that number 99 in that 3rd position. And then James Honeycutt will be in P number 4.
Yeah, Jimmy, it's going to be, right now I have Larry Hensley Jr. and Daniel Sweat, the 2 fastest trucks on the track right now, as Larry Hensley probably driving like a pissed off teenager. There you go. But I mean, rightfully so. You went from being in 2nd place most of the race now to being about 8 seconds back from the leader. So, but he's only 3 seconds back from that P number 4 and about 4.5 seconds behind P number 3. So I think he has some time to make it to at least the podium and maybe get back in that P number 2. I don't think he will have much time to get to the leader unless we get a caution. As you can see right now, he's within eye shout of that 76, and he's wasting no time of getting there, as he's now only just under 2 seconds from him, as Rob Hattenback is battling with Anthony Rennick for that P number 2 spot. Things are heating up. It looked like he was giving a nice little shove coming out of the corner. Probably not. It's just the way it looks from my point of view on my screen, if you air quote those.
Yeah, the 99 definitely put a little bit of pressure on the 21. Maybe trying to. If there was the opportunity for the 99 to dive in that corner and get down the inside as they head down the backstretch down to turn number 3. 99 able to clear this 21 and now be able to maybe start marching forward to track down that 07. They've been dominating here tonight, Daniel Sweat.
Yeah, Jimmy. I mean, he's put on a clinic tonight. A few drivers kept up with him for a little while. Larry Hensley Jr. did a really good job in the 1st stage. Fell off a little bit in the 2nd stage, maybe. Tried something a little different, more than what he wanted to do, but raced a little too hard. But speaking of the man, he's on a mission. He is almost on the bumper of the 76, and in his sight. The 2 trucks in front of the 76 are getting a little bit closer as well. So, he's on a mission to get out there. Now, he does have about 26 laps to go in this race. So, trying to run down the leader is going to be a little tough. But, it's one thing to catch him, it's another to pass him. So.
And now that number 33, looking to the inside of the 76, and maybe a little touch there. Oops.
Wrong car.
Larry Hensley Jr. is going to make the pass. So just a little nudge going into the corner sends the 76 a little wide, allowing the 33 to get by. So good move there for the 7 or by the 33. At this time, just using a little bit of force, saying, "Hey, I'm here. I am back." And the 33 is going to make his way around. And now start marching his way forward to the back of that number 21 of Anthony Rennick. 24 laps remaining here at Stafford, and I think the 33 does have to keep there. It has the time at the moment to make it up there, but he has no time to mess around. The thing is, Derek, will he have enough tires to possibly put a move and take another podium spot here tonight?
So there, Jimmy, because he's running about a tenth quicker than the about 3/10 quicker than anything Reddick, and about a tenth on Rob Hadenbeck that last lap on my side. So I do think he will. I mean, I don't think I can understand like James Honeycutt putting up a fight, but when you get ran down from 3-4 seconds, you know, first lap, okay. Second lap, I'll be less in the way. And third lap, okay, buddy, you go in the way. I'll put up a fight, you know, because if they, just my personal experience on angry teenage drivers, they don't like to give a little bit extra time, especially when they fell back, and they might feel like they've been done dirty or whatever the case may be. They have feelings, and you know, every story has two sides. So, you know, they might not, but both sides might not be right. So, you know, just, I think he got to, I think, you know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, you know, he might have the time to get P number 2. He's not that far back. Now he will but he will have to put some time on Rob. They're running roughly the same lap time. So,
they're putting some distance, you know, catching that number 21 pretty quickly here. Got a good pace there on the number 33, and definitely a fast machine. But obviously a little frustrated, as you can tell, but now he's caught the back bumper of the 21. He does have to work a little bit here as a 21, I'm sure, is going to be a little more reluctant to give away that podium finish here, as he's had his trials and tribulations starting with the the heat races. So 21 has had a long night as well, but trying to hold on to that P number 3 over the fast marching number 33 of Larry Hunter Jr. But right now it is going to be all Daniel Sweat out front. He's got a nice lead over Rob Hadenbeck, so he's out to a 5.5 second lead over Rob Hadenbeck, and Larry Hunter Jr. makes the move on the 21. They went off him as he makes it by. So another one down for the 33. So 33 just got to kind of keep his cool and keep that pace that he's been going here. Keep hitting his mark, but the 21's not going to give up. He's going to go down to the inside. Now he's going to find some battle. It's not what the 33 wanted. I'm sure the 99 is welcoming this battle here for this third position here with only 14 laps remaining.
Yeah, Jimmy, I mean, side by side, it's all about who wants that third spot. You know, that's not what Larry wants, but, I mean, this is exactly what Rob Hadenbeck wants to see, as he's going to probably seal his fate as being in that P number 2. But, I mean,
21 trying to hold on to it, trying to get that drive. Arianza Jr. also trying to get that move to work on the outside.
Is nail biting, Jimmy. Side by side for P number 3. Who's it going to work out for? They're dead even coming out of the corner. You know, it's one of those deals, Jimmy. It's I mean, it's almost like, I mean, as unfortunately as it is, it almost looks like Anthony Renix is trying to overdrive he's overdriving the entry, which is not allowing Larry the entry into the corner they want. Oh, and he hits the wall. That's going to give some time to Larry, as, you know, he's going to be able to keep on going. But, you know, that battle with Anthony Rennick gave Rob Hadenbeck an extra, you know, second and a half.
Yeah, and you can see it's basically the lead kind of that ability to catch up to the 99 4 to 33 is about out of reach now. Derek or something, the 99 would have to make a mistake in order for him to catch on. But yeah, good battle there by the number 21 and the 33. 21 just grazing the wall just a little bit. You see the 21's trying to get on that throttle, still trying to catch back up to the 33. He does not want to give up. still wants to get up and maybe get a podium here tonight. But the 33 is starting to stretch out just a little bit from the 21. So just jumping on board with 33. He can see that number 99 up ahead, but just running out of time to catch him as we are down to 8 laps to go. Bob Hattenback just trying to hit his marks, get around here, try to finish this thing up here tonight, as he's been a pretty good story, I think, Derek, because he's missed an incident coming out of the pit after taking a fast repair, and then getting wrapped up on a bad start, getting turned around. So big story there for the 99, and for him being P number 2 is a great feat here. And talent out here obviously being pretty matched across the board. But Daniel Sweat has been the talk of the night, has been the dominant truck here at Stafford. But looking to finish up these next 5 laps as he's coming up on that number 76 of James Honeycutt. No, Brandon, no food poisoning, man. You know what? I'm supposed to. I always do the sniff test, man. If it can't make it past my nose, I don't eat it. So, sorry to hear that, Brandon. Wish you were out here. Definitely been some pretty good racing, even with the lower truck count tonight. So, like you can see, a lot of people might be not persuaded to. There's not many trucks out there. Come on out here, get in this racing. It's great racing, even with just a few cars out here. And me and Derek are going to be here, rain or shine. 2 cars, 3 cars, 1 car. I think we might. I think we talked to Chris Cash about the canceling for the evening, or another week. But still, drivers out here willing to work for their championship points. And that's what they're doing. And the number 07 of Daniel Sweat has done a fantastic job from the heat race as he goes across and getting the white flag here.
Yeah, Jimmy. He's going to try. If I was Daniel Sweat, I'd be trying to put James Honeycutt a lap down. Nothing against James or nothing like that. But just to be able to put someone a lap down is always a great feeling. As a leader,
if I'm doing some crap, maybe I'm done racing. I'm gonna let him go. But your winner here tonight, Daniel Sweat, will come right away with your P number 1.
You got that too. So
and the 99 of Rob Hattenback will finish in 2nd. Larry Hansen Jr. not too far back. Good comeback, able to finish in 3rd place. Anthony Reddick, trials and tribulations throughout the race, finishes in P number 4, just missing the podium tonight. James Honeycutt, had some great battling. He was part of it. A lot of great battling on the track, just not able to put anything together to keep the speed and keep going. So, decent run. You got P number 5, but out of 8 cars here tonight, you're maybe not feeling too good about it. But Tom Fridas, Chris Cash, sorry about your bad luck, boys, as you finish 6th and 7th. Chris, where you're at tonight, buddy, I do not know, but we're going to go down to that number 07. You should be coming around, getting ready for celebratory, maybe drifts and spins. You can see him drifting around turn number 2 right at the moment down the back. Just lighten up them tires, probably do a reverse lap.
I don't, when I say to someone, if I finish P number 5, they don't have to know how many people were in the race. They just got to know I was top 5. As an official race, you only have to have 6 drivers in, unless they've changed it. 6 drivers in the race. So if I finish 5th, I still got a top 5 in my stat. And in the stats, it doesn't tell you how many cars were in that race. In those races, I finished top 5. Okay.
Definitely doesn't.
So who cares if I race at 6 o'clock in the morning?
All right. Well, anyways, good win there by Daniel Sweat. Finishing in 2nd was Rob Hattenback, and again, Larry Hansen Jr. But Derek, since Larry is up in a booth, I'm going to go ahead and allow you to give, talk to Larry and see how his race went.
It's Jimmy and Derek in the booth. You got us.
I got you, man.
Hey man, I know we've been talking, and you want to upgrade that new wheelbase. I don't think that Fanatec's going to do much. I think you would have done better with us than Magic Wheelbase. But great race tonight. I mean, you ran up front most of the race, and you kind of hot dogged it off the a corner and still saved it, but unfortunately got the EOL for causing the caution. Got sent back and got caught up in the in the back and lost some time. And but tell us of what you thought of the race and how you felt you did.
I did all right. I don't know that I actually would have had anything for the leader. Sweat was pretty daggone fast. Had it come down to the last little bit there, and I was within shot, might have had to throw that bumper a little bit to get by him. And don't know that I would have been willing to do that, given how dominant he was. The EOL, given the car count, really wasn't detrimental to my race. There's not a whole lot of grip down there on the apron, and when you get run down there, what's going to happen. So it is what it is.
I mean, buddy, you drove an absolute great race today. You did. You surprised me a little bit. I thought I made a joke at the end of practice to you that where you're running in practice, and you definitely showed up for qualifying and the heat race and most of the race by finishing P3 tonight. So I'll give you some time to give any shout outs. Special thanks to anyone watching.
Shout out to anybody who showed up tonight. Actually stuck it out. It was a good race. Got stretched out. It's hard to, ride these things out with low car count. But hopefully we get some guys coming back. Hope Brandon feels better, and everybody have a good night.
All right. Well, congratulations on your P number 3. Go celebrate with your friends and family there, buddy.
Thank you, bud.
Yes, sir. That's your P number 3 finisher of Larry Hensley Jr. in that number 33 Skull Bandit truck. And Jimmy, we have Rob Patton back in that bad company, Marine Corps racing truck. Why don't you take it away, buddy?
Yeah, we do. And Rob, Jimmy, and Derek up here in a booth. You copy, man?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, you had a very interesting race. I have to say that to come away with a P number 2, you got to be proud of the outcome. As you seen you get loose a little bit, you seen you almost get tied up into an accident coming as the trucks were exiting the pits. You just came out taking a fast repair, and then you ended up going for a ride down through the grass again. But you walk away with a P number 2 on a pretty tough track. I'm not a huge fan of flat short tracks. I don't know why. They don't ring them. They don't sit well with me. But you did very well tonight. You finished in second place. So just give us a rundown of how your race went for you, man, and if there's anything more to add.
Yeah, I mean, I really couldn't find speed. I kind of messed up. Put my brake bias all the way to the front, and I don't know why I did that, but I was like, man, this thing's pushing like a dump truck every time I go in. And guys were like, well, what's your brake bias at? And I was like, it's about like 70 something, close to 80. They're like, Jesus Christ. So they're like, bring that thing down to like 60 or something. And so I brought it down to 60, and it helped me out through the A main. I could finally turn the truck and get a better run off the corner. And then, me and Honeycutt had a little battle going on there. I mean, I was watching for a couple laps, and he kind of floated up high, and I just stabbed the brakes real quick so I could point the nose down, and I was able to get under him a couple times. I kind of sent her in hot that one time and got in the side. That was my bad on that one. That was nothing intentional. I just misjudged my braking point. But, I mean, yeah, Stafford's a pretty flat track. A lot of guys don't like it, but I mean, I like flat tracks. I think I tend to do better in those than the other ones. But, the race was. I wish we had more guys that showed up. I know a lot of guys got stuff going on, and some guys are starting their own series. Brandon and Justin and all of them are starting to take it over Crooked Line. So. They're probably not going to be showing up that much if they do. So, I mean, it's kind of hard when you got 6-7 trucks out there. It's like Larry was saying, you get spread out. It's really hard to make up ground.
Yeah, for the, I mean, even with the lower car count, I mean, you guys did have some great battling down there. It made for some great coverage, and I was able to focus on pretty much everybody and show, everybody's struggles and accomplishments, and the comeback. Like I said, you were the story that you had out there. Like I said, you had a incident, you had to take a fast repair, you came out and you almost immediately got back into another incident underneath a caution. So it's definitely a story for the 99, but you'll walk away completing that story. NP number 2. So from CRN and from me and Derek up in the booth, congratulations. And give you a little time for any shout outs that you might have in that number 99.
First, I like to thank my wife for letting me come out and, doing what I like doing and racing with you guys. Thank Bad Company Racing for, all the guys' help. We try to work with each other and help each other get faster. Officer Marine Corps, Coleman Designs, Justin knocks out some pretty badass rides. So, if you need a wrap, go Justin Coleman Designs. Coleman Designs. And then thank you guys for broadcasting. I know it was, like I said, low car count, so it's kind of hard to really get into it. And then thank Cash for getting this series going.
Yeah, we appreciate the shout out. And like I said, you guys had a great story tonight. And, plenty of coverage, plenty to go back and watch. And definitely had some fans out there still stopping in, checking in on you. So some great racing. Hopefully the car count comes up, like you said. But in either case, so CRN will be here, rain or shine, and we'll continue to cover the rest of the series as long as you guys want us to. So again, congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Twin Rings.
Oh yeah. That's amazing.
Rob, we'll catch you next week, buddy.
All right, guys. I'll take it easy.
Yep. That's the number 99, finishing in second place of Rob Hattenback. But we're going to go ahead and bring in the man that dominated the whole race, including the heat race, the number 07 of Daniel Sweat. Take it away, Derek.
Daniel, you did an awesome job tonight, man. Did you put in a little bit of extra practice this week, or are you just a big fan of Stafford Motor Speedway?
Well, I ran a late model stock here, a race here last night with some guys, and I got absolutely drugged. So it's weird to be out front after you run about 7th place, all night the night before.
Well, I mean, obviously, a little different vehicle from the late model, but I mean, the line should probably be the same. So, I mean, you had it rolling tonight, man. Maybe you picked something up that you didn't realize you picked up, but I mean, dude, you from the drop of the green flag in the heat race all the way down to the checker flag of the feature. You dominated the race. I mean, you didn't lead all the laps because Honeycutt stayed out and got a point lead tonight. So, but I mean, other than that, he went back into the pits, but you led all the laps that you could, man.
I certainly tried, man. Good move on his part. I was just talking to him before you guys pulled me. I told him that as well. That was a good move. Get some bonus points, get a lap lead, and yeah, man. I mean, I hate the car count was kind of low tonight. Some solid guys in here, but I'm still glad to get that monkey off my back, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it doesn't matter. A win's a win, and no matter how it goes, I mean, you dominated tonight. I think you learned something last night that you just, I mean, because I'm going to say a late model at Stafford still pretty hard. I mean, I would say it's about comparable to because you can't bump in a late model. I mean.
Yeah, so, well, I tried to learn from the guys that I was running with last night, and I learned a little bit about arcing the corner and what I was doing wrong. So I just tried to apply it tonight. Even though it is a different vehicle for sure, it's the line is relatively the same. So I just tried to, mind my P's and Q's, not overdrive the corner, and just keep it clean, keep all four corners on it.
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head, not overdriving the corner, because if you overdrive the corner, especially in these trucks, you're going to, heat up that right front, heat up that right rear, and you'll have that little bit of that case of what happened to Larry and Anthony in the heat race where they self-spun coming out of the corner because they was probably getting on the gas a little too early and heated up that right rear and spun coming out of the corner. So, man, this is your first win, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, congratulations on your first win, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I mean, and to do it in the way you did it, I mean, there's no better way of getting your first win, man, in that kind of fashion. So, well deserved. Congratulations, man. You sound like you don't. I mean, just it was an easy night for you. I mean,
no. Larry was quick, man. Larry was quick. Anthony, he had to get pace there at the end when we fired off. I mean, it wasn't easy by any means. It's you gotta, especially in this truck, corner exit when you pick the throttle up in these things. It's so easy to self spin. I did it quite a few times in practice, trying to find where the line was and then, try to walk it. But yeah, man, not a cakewalk by any means, but I'm glad it turned out the way it did. But, much respect to everybody in this league. Some good guys, a lot of pace. So.
Well, I mean, I'll give you congratulations on your on your first one tonight. I'll give you some time to give any shout outs or special thanks to anyone watching.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Shout out to you guys. Core Network is killing on the broadcast, and shout out to Chris Cash as well for putting the league on. All my friends at Bad Company and Elvis Coleman Racing, I'm friends with a lot of those guys, and shout out to Chris Smith as well. He hooked me up in practice there. We kind of discussed some changes we made to the setup. It is fixed setup, but we made a couple changes, just trying to tweak on it a little and help it. So shout out to him as well. And Coleman Design also, he always putting out an awesome wrap. The man don't miss. He does not miss. So shout out to Justin Coleman and Coleman Design, and also Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication.
All right. Well, everyone, that's your first time winner. Daniel Sweat in that 07 Chevrolet, Justin Coleman Design, Harley Davidson Chevrolet. Congratulations on your first win. Hope to see you next week at Twin Rings Motegi. I believe that is the All-Star race, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
I believe you're right. Yes, sir. The Twin Ring.
Which is, I mean, that's a mouthful. Try to say that 5 times fast, Jimmy. No. Well, anyways, it's going to be fun. Hopefully, you get to come out on top, at least on the podium next week at Twin Rings in the All-Star race. So, looking forward to seeing you there. And congratulations, buddy.
Appreciate it, Jimmy, Derek. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, good night, Daniel.
You too.
The winner here tonight is that 07 of Daniel Sweat, just making, no sweat at this track at all. So, but congratulations to the 07 and Daniel and the people that support him. Followed by Rob Hattenback and P number 2, Larry Hansett Jr. and P number 3, Anthony Rennick will come in 4th. And then James Honeycutt, Tom Fridas, Christopher Cash, and Christopher Smith. Didn't make the feature, but definitely was able to help out maybe a friend or teammate there with Daniel Sweat. So just as good to be able to somehow support the other drivers out there. So again, like I said, congratulations to Daniel. But up there is the results where everybody finished. So good job by all the drivers that came out tonight. Even with the driver count being low, great racing, great broadcast to cover here. Derek definitely kept us interesting, as sometimes it can get stretched out, but I think, like I said, the skill set of the drivers that were out there being right around the same level, was able to provide some great entertainment here on CRN. So that's about all I have for everybody until next week at Twin Motegi. But before I get out of here, I'll give Derek the chance to give any closing thoughts.
No, I think you hit it on the head, Jimmy, with everything. It was a great race. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next week. It's Twin Rings Motegi. It's nothing that we're used to seeing. It's a huge track, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's going to be, the excitement is going to be real next week. So definitely a big change, and probably a big turnout, if I would have to guess, considering the type of track it's going to be.
Yeah, it's a large track and some really high banking, and it is bumpy and fast. And the last time I was there, Derek, was in the 87s, and boy, what a rocket ship those cars could be. And everybody was having fun. And we'll just say there was somebody out there that had a scratch on their leg, and it caused a huge accident. But either way, it should be a good time. So hopefully to see everybody out there and at Twin Motegi, and have a great race and a good time there for their all-star race. So, but I think for me and Derek up in the booth here tonight, and the Smoky Mountain Motorsports here at CRN, until next time, we'll see you at the track. Meow 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 meow.